Good Shrove Tuesday, everyone. It's the last day of Mardi Gras. It's Fat Tuesday. It's Shrove Tuesday. What does all that mean? Well, many of you probably are not into Mardi Gras, and you're not into all of the things that go on down, we believe, in New Orleans, and that's not even where it started. Shrove Tuesday is the day before Ash Wednesday, which starts our Christian Lent season. And so when we think about this, if you go to Britain, they have what's called Pancake Day. And so they have these wonderful sugary, butter-filled, syrup-topped pancakes, and they indulge in those. And if you go and you look at Mardi Gras, which started on January 6th, it's just a culmination of a celebration, which is called Fat Tuesday. It's the last day of Mardi Gras, but it signifies a time of indulgence. It was a time where we would bring all of our, people have talked about where Christians kind of go and they get all their bad stuff out before they go into Lent and the holy season of anticipating and thinking about Easter. But that's really not what it was meant to be. Even these beads, which have taken on a terrible meaning, but these beads were formed and given meaning by a king in the late 1800s, and they were to signify the Christian principles of justice and faith and power. And that's what those beads were to signify. But just as so many things in our life do, they become adulterated by our human nature. You know, the Bible says that the heart is evil above all else, and who can cure it? There's only one, and that is Jesus Christ. And so this day, Shrove Tuesday, Fat Tuesday, the last day of Mardi Gras, it is a day when we should be preparing our hearts to think about what we're going to give up during Lent. You know, Lent is a time where we remember the 40 days of fasting that Jesus did right after his baptism by John the Baptist. You can go to Luke chapter 4 and read about that, and it talks about that, and then it ends, those 40 days end in the temptation of Jesus. And in our lives, we are tempted as well, right? And so Lent is a time where we are to look towards Easter, look towards the sacrifice that Jesus has made. We shouldn't spend today indulging in the things that we're going to have to do without during Lent. We do want to think of things that we can do without so that we can use the time that we would use to do those things, such as fasting a meal or fasting from a social media or fasting from a drink such as Diet Mountain Dew, which I'm going to try to do. You know, when I do that, when I think of that things, I'm going to think about Jesus Christ and what he went through for me, going to the cross of Calvary. I want to tell you something that this season of Lent, I'm going to be following a series of looking at some of the great Easter songs and hymns and musical ballads that have been performed throughout the Easter seasons over the centuries. And I'm going to relate those to the scriptures that lead us to this understanding of what Jesus went through all the way up to Holy Week. But there's one song that I think will pull this all together. The mask and the beads and the Fat Tuesday, all of that. Instead of indulging today, this is what I would rather do. There's a song by Isaac Watts, the great hymn writer, and he said, "When I survey the wondrous cross." Listen to the words of this. "When I survey the wondrous cross on which the Prince of Glory died, my richest gain I count as loss, and I pour contempt on all my pride. Were every realm of nature mine, my gift would still be far too small. His love, so amazing, so divine, demands my soul, my life, and my all. I hope that will guide you into this Lenten season with a new desire to be more like Him. Have a good day.